Hey everyone, welcome back to Yoga Magnificat with Nithya. And today I've got another chair yoga for you that involves a little bit of everything. So feel free to grab a sturdy chair, maybe a mat, maybe a block and a strap. It's really up to you. So from here, we're going to start seated. Take a moment here. You can place your back against your chair and maybe feel free to close your eyes or maybe stare softly at the floor. Begin by taking a deep breath in and exhaling slowly. Inhaling again and exhaling. Just beginning to establish that first rhythm, especially if you've started this practice after being busy or your mind has been crowded with certain things. Maybe let yourself set those thoughts and those things aside for the moment, just as though you've found just a hidden room somewhere and have put those things down physically and have gone out of that room, shut the door, and left for a while. Imagine yourself coming to sit back here unburdened from those things. Allow your breath to flow freer. All of your senses for just more fully engaged with everything that's around you. The light in your room, the sounds, any smells. Maybe just choose something from your observation that you can hold on to that brings you some peace or a sense of home and security. Allow it to rest with you during our practice today. Feel free to open your eyes at this point. After that grounding portion of our class, we are actually going to stand up and do our standing portion right away today. So go ahead and stand up. I'm going to move my chair to the top of my mat. And then from here, holding on, I'm going to start with some movements to warm up the entire body. So let's take the hands by the sides. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, draw the hands towards the heart. Again, inhale to reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reaching up. This time, place the hands down onto the back of your chair. Walk back into downward facing dog. So arms are straight, hips go as far back until your head becomes flush with your biceps. Knees slightly bent. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, plant your hands against the back of your chair and melt down a little more. One more inhale. And exhale. Gently look up, begin to walk your feet forward. Standing tall, inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand to your right thigh, left hand up and over, or you can hold on to your chair with your right hand. A little side bend. Inhaling, exhaling. Come all the way up. Take the left hand onto your chair, right hand comes up and over. Inhale and exhale. Become really solid in the feet, opening through the right side. Slowly come back up. We're going to add a little flow here with that sequence with the downward facing dog. So let's take the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come down to the front portion of your chair back and bend your knees, slide forward and come into kind of a version of forward bend. Now my fingertips can touch my chair seat. If you can do so, go ahead and place your palms down on the seat and let your head drop down. Keep your knees soft. Breathe in and exhale. This is what we call modified forward bend. And then walk your hands up. Walk your body back into your downward facing dog. Nice big stretch for your back, the underarms, and your hamstrings. Now, this time, as you look, come up a little bit, take your right foot and step it forward towards your chair. Put a bend in that front knee, walk your back foot out a little bit more, coming into a lunge. Now you can keep both hands onto your chair, or you can lift one hand up just to test the waters. Maybe taking both hands up, your choice. Exhale, bring the hands down. With focus, looking down at your feet, step your right foot back into your downward dog position. Feet are about hip distance apart. Breathe deep. Exhale, sink those armpits down. Feel the length of the side body elongating. This time, bring your head up just a little bit. Bring your left foot forward. Bend that left knee. Step the right foot back. Press towards your heel and come into your lunge. So sit up tall, shoulders over hips. If you're ready, bring one hand up. Maybe the second hand. Coming into your left side lunge. Bring the hands down. This time, step your right foot forward. Sweep the arms up. And bring the hands to heart. We're going to do that sequence again, taking an inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down. Hands sink to the back of your chair. Bend your knees, come into your modified forward fold. Hands can reach to the chair seat. Inhale, come back up. This time, step it back into your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. With the right foot, step it forward. Come into your first lunge. Straighten up the shoulders, the torso over the hips. Feel free to stay with the hands on the chair at all times, or you can lift one or both. Exhale, hands to your chair. Step your right foot back. Make sure that you're steady whenever you do so. If I'm moving too fast for you, please do feel free to pause the video and take your time with it. Now this time we'll take the left foot forward. Keep the left knee bent and the right leg pushing back. Again, straighten up your shoulders over the hips. Inhale, lift up the arms. If you like, we'll keep the hands on the chair. This time the hands come back down if they're not already on, and bring your right foot forward. Standing tall, sweep the arms up. Mountain pose, hands to heart. All right, we're going to move on here. So bring the feet together. Zip up your legs as close as you can, and then sink back into chair pose. So that means putting your weight into your heels, bending your knees, and drifting your hips back. Now the upper body is slightly angled forward, but your chest is open. Ribcage is drawn tight, but your chest is not falling forward with your shoulders crowding. Once you're ready, you can place your hands on your chair, or you can lift one hand at a time to frame your ears or your face. Sit back down, look forward. Try not to look down. Feel the weight into your heels and into the center of your feet. Maybe come down a little bit lower. From here, we're going to pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. And then slowly press your way back to a standing position and bring the hands down. Woo! We're going to do that again. So feel free to shake out your legs. Now, if you felt like that was a little bit hard on your balance, feel free to keep your hands on the chair at all times. That's perfectly fine as well. So let's come back with the feet together. So zip them up nice and close. Again, begin to drift back. So the way you know you can drift back is if you hinge forward from your hips without bending your knees, and then go ahead, bend your knees, sink your hips back, as though someone's pulling you from these hip points towards the back wall. Okay, and then from here, core is strong and in, looking forward. Now I'm going to do this with my hands on the chair so you can see the variation. Okay, so from here, we're going to hold it into chair pose, looking forward, and then we're going to pulse for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to stay here for a moment. Yippee. And then slowly press our way up. Yowza legs. We're going to continue working on our leg strength here with a couple modified poses and exercises. So the first one we're going to do is kind of a warrior 3 assist. So let's take the left foot back and use it like a kickstand. Bend your right knee a little bit so you don't have to be stick straight with this one, so that when you come forward you have some power in that right foot. Okay, so you can use that quad. Now hold on to your chair and we're going to hold on nice and tight. Hold on, it's going to be a ride. So you're going to pop onto that right leg and you're going to straighten up that bottom leg. You're going to kick back through that left leg. Now you're going to bend this leg, the right leg, just a little bit, land the toes, and then again, pop back up. Slowly lower by bending your right knee into a lunge and then popping back up. So effectively using a little bit more of your quad and ham strength to get you into this movement. So it's like we're coming from lunge to warrior 3 in a little bit more of a fluid transition, just to work those muscles a little bit more. Let's do that one more time. Really slow, come back up, and then slowly drop it back down. Oh boy, walk your left foot in and stand tall. You can shake out your right leg. Decide if you've had a little bit too much. You can always take a break. You can also drink some water, but please do join me for the left side because you don't want to leave your right side hanging all by itself. When you're ready, we're going to get ready for this other side. You can do this, right? So let's take the right foot back into a kickstand. Again, bend your left knee, look forward. Now you're going to pop up into that little warrior 3 variation. Notice I'm not fully going on to warrior 3, just a little one. And then I'm going to very slowly land that foot. I'm really controlling it with my hamstrings and my quad. And I'm going to come back up. Try not to pop too fast. Exhale, slowly come back down. Inhale, come forward. Slow. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come forward. Slow motion. And then slowly lower down. Inhale, pop up. Exhale, lower down. Lots of control. Good, and again. Last one. Woo. Slowly, ever so slowly, put that foot down. Oh boy, walk the right foot in. Oh boy, shake it off. And we will start with some more fun leg exercises. Okay, so from here, we're going to work on a little bit of hip mobility through standing. So for this one, I'm going to actually recommend that if you're standing facing the chair, turn to your left and place your right hand on the chair. Now, we're just going to pick up the left knee. Good. And just see how you feel with that balance. Now, then we're going to see if we can peel that knee off to the side a little bit and bring it back in. Inhale to open and exhale, bring it in. Inhale to open last time. Exhale, bring it in. Set the foot down. Give your legs a shake. Okay, so we're going to alternate a little bit movement in that left leg. So you're going to swing that knee up kind of over to the right, to the left, and put it down. Then you're going to pick up that knee to the right, kind of like a little half circle. So you're going to circle it over to the left, land the foot, circle that knee over to the right. So you notice when I land my foot is pointing off to the side, to the left. When I pick up my knee, I'm still open in that position with my hip. Hip position opens, stays open, and comes back to close. Good. Woo. I can feel this in my opposite leg too, so the stabilizing leg is going to feel it as well. Keep your core tight if you can. Last one. Oh boy. And relax. Now, because I want to face the camera, for you, you're going to turn to your right and start here. I'm just going to move my chair so you can see me. Left hand is on the chair, this time with your right leg. You're going to pick up your knee first. Right hand on the knee, open it out, bring it in nice and gentle. Open it out, bring it in. Open it out, bring it in. Last time. Put the foot down slow, shake it out, and then we'll begin with those half circles. So standing tall, take your right knee, pick it up, circle it over to the right, and again, pick it up, bring it forward. Inhale, circle it to the right, circle it forward. So really pick it up, feel those hip flexors moving, feel that ball and socket joint in your right hip moving. If anything bothers you, feel any cricks and clicks or anything that really bothers you a lot, or there's pain, either reduce the range of motion by keeping the knee lower. Okay, so notice I'm not bringing it quite as high as my hip. Okay, or you can reduce to just sort of a open close position. Okay, so you can decide what works for you and then work your way up into a bigger knee up. All right, let's bring that knee in. Whew, shake it off and resume some of our yoga poses at the top of the mat. So from here, let's come into warrior pose. Hand starts at the chair, left foot steps back, and then open that left toe off to the side so your entire body opens to the left. Now, you can keep your right hand on the chair at all times. Your right knee is bent on top of that ankle, left leg is really straight and pushing against the edge of my left foot. All right, so from here, open the arms or keep the right hand on the chair, coming into warrior, nice and strong. Those of you who've been with me for a bit longer, feel free to lengthen your stance. So that means dropping that right knee down a little more so you can see that's a bit more parallel to the ground, and this leg is a lot lower in its angle. This makes it a lot more challenging. So if you feel like you want to lengthen your stance, feel free to do that. Now, with the hands forward and back, we're going to bring the left hand, we're going to bring the palms forward, left hand almost like you're going to clap the hands, and then you're going to peel it back as though you're opening up through an arrow, bow and arrow, and then release. And again, clap the hands, look forward, bring it back nice and strong as though you feel like there's an imaginary tension between the shoulder blades, and then release the left hand, open your palms. Okay, so again, reach forward, tension to open, squeeze the shoulder blades, and open again. Forward, squeeze it back, open the arms, and again, squeeze it back, open, and last time. Squeeze it back, open, drop the hands. Whew. Roll out your shoulders. All right, from here, let's come into our side angle pose. So keep your right knee bent, right hand comes onto the chair, left hand with a palm up, bring it up and over, and maybe think about bringing your hand back. So you see the palm of my hand is facing the wall behind me. It's not facing down, it's not facing in front, but it's actually turned with my thumb up. If you can't get your hand to do that, don't worry about it. All right, so from here, take another deep breath in, deep breath out. Come all the way back up, straighten your front leg, reach forward, come into triangle pose, so rest your hand again. Now if you feel like you can bring your hand down to your thigh, go ahead, or even down to your shin, that's definitely an option as well. Lean back slightly, keep your chest facing the left side and not down to the floor. And then bend your knee, come all the way back up, and then heel toe your back foot in. All right, so other side, you're gonna turn, you're gonna face the forward, and bring your right foot back. All right, from here, step your right toes off to the side, keep your left knee bent, back foot really straight. Arms forward and back into your warrior, and again, try to keep your knees open to your pinky toes and not knocking to your big toes. Okay, so feel the shift of weight in your feet. You want to be on the edges of your feet, outer edges, not the inner edges. Good. Let's open the palms to face the right side of the mat, and then bring your right hand forward as though you're going to clap your left hand, and then draw it back as though you've got the bows of an arrow, or the strings of an arrow, to of a bow. I'm saying the wrong thing, but you want to open up, and then swing that right hand back, forward, Inhale, pull it back, open, clap the hands. Inhale, squeeze, open, forward, pull, open, forward, pull, open. Last one, pull and squeeze, open, bring it forward. This time, drop the hands, face the right side. This time, again, warrior pose, side angle. Left hand reaches forward and lands on the top of your chair. Right hand comes up and over, and then swing the palm back, thumb up. Open up, right shoulder, chest spiraling to the right, side angle pose. And then we'll come up for a triangle. So straighten your front leg, reach forward, and let your left hand come down, your right hand come up over top, and lean back slightly. Legs are super straight, like they're sucking up the mat. Feel free to modify your left hand if you want it lower. You can bring it down to your shin. You can bring it onto your thigh, whatever works better for you. Slowly bend your left knee, come back to your warrior pose, and then sneak your right foot in and stand to face your chair. All right, let's do a little balance here, turning to the left side of your mat. So let's take the left foot, we're going to turn it out, bring your heel close, legs are strong, push down into the floor. Now, sneak your left heel onto your right ankle, keep your toe on the floor, core drawn in. So we're going to start with our tree pose balance here, and it's really easy to lose your focus if you're looking around. So make sure that you are targeting one spot on the floor, wall, or somewhere in your room that doesn't move. And when you're ready, maybe try bringing your sole of foot to your calf muscle, not your knee, but just the side of your calf. Push in as your right leg pushes towards that foot. So you feel that connection. Keep your left hip open, press down into your right foot, draw your core in, get nice and long through the crown of your head. When you're ready, maybe you can try lifting your hand off the chair. Maybe you can bring your hands to your heart. It's really up to you. If you want to bring your foot up higher to your inner thigh, you can go ahead. And then we're going to try this on the other side. So go ahead and lower that foot, turn the toes in, give yourself a little shake, and then we'll go ahead and do the other side. So let's turn this time over to the right side of the mat, so you have your left hand on the chair. Now I'm going to just turn around and pretend that I have the chair over here. So you want your right leg this time, and you want to turn the toes off to the side, so your hip opens as well, and then walk your heel up onto your ankle. Okay, again, push down into your left foot. Make sure you've got something to stare at. And when you're ready, you could slide that foot to your calf, open your knee a little bit more, push down into your left foot, draw your core in, get that nice sort of dancer's form. I don't know if you ever take any dance classes, but they're always insistent on your shoulders back, your core in. You don't need to puff up your chest or anything like that, but you want to have really nice, strong upper body. And then from here, you can try to take your hand off the chair, maybe place the hands at your heart center. It's really up to you. You can do whatever you want, especially since you're at home and no one can see you. You can like have octopus arms. You can have them up. You can have them, Vogue style. I don't care. Just have fun. Do whatever that makes you feel good, right? So when you're ready and you're done doing all sorts of funny movements at home, you can release your foot down and shake off your legs. Good work, everyone. So now we're going to finally take a seat, and if you have a strap at home or a long tie or belt, go ahead and grab one. Mine's back here, so I'm going to unravel it and have a seat. Let's take the right foot into the strap, the center, and bring that foot just in front with the toes flared towards the body. Just take a moment here for the calf muscles to release. And then we're going to bend that knee, cross the ankle, and come into pigeon pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe place a little bit of pressure with that right hand downwards, your choice. And then take a little fold. So if you need help for that foot to stay on, stay holding onto your strap. Otherwise, you can just hold onto your leg as you come forward. Let's come up and do a variation of this twist. So keep your legs in your pigeon pose. If you need the strap to hold onto your foot, take it over to your right hand, to your right hip, and just punch it down to your seat. Left hand comes up, turn to your right, cross your hand over to that knee, and then just gently push into that knee and turn your body more to the right. Let's come back to center, release the foot, take the left foot, and do the same thing. So we're going to kick it forward, draw the toes towards the face, and give the calf muscle a moment to open and relax. And let's cross that ankle over, try to relax the knee. Now some of us might be a little bit higher up, that's okay. Just use your strap to hold on to your leg and let it relax. A lot of times there's a lot of tension and grip in this whole area, so give it some time to relax. When you're ready, if you're ready, you can always lean forward, bending at the hips, trying to keep your spine long, and then forward folding. So now you can round. Take a few breaths. And then slowly come up, we'll take that twist. So with the strap still on the foot, if you need it, you're going to take it across with your left hand and just secure it down or punch it down and hold it onto your seat. Let's take the right hand up, turn towards the left, and cross the right hand over to that knee. So you're going to use the leverage against that knee to turn the body more towards the left, just so slowly. So never yanking, but allowing your body to feel out where what space is available. Allow your breath to flow. Notice if you're gripping anywhere or holding your breath. Slowly release. I'm going to get rid of the strap for a second. Don't throw it too far away. I'm just going to put it next to me. We're going to shift the knees over to the right side of the chair. So you can go ahead and just turn so your legs just throw off to the right side. Now hold on to the chair back with your right hand. Slide your left foot back until your knee is somewhere below that hip and your toes can plug down into the floor. Look towards your right knee to that wall and take your left hand up. Exhale, bend towards your chair back, so to the right of you. Relax your left knee down to the floor. So try not to let it push back, let it drop, like it's just hanging in its socket. I'm going to open up through that left side fairly strongly. It should feel really nice. Slowly come up. This time, left hand either holds onto your right knee or onto the back of your chair. Your right hand is going to travel to the farthest edge of your chair as you turn to the back, coming into a lunge twist. Again, your left hip should be relaxed and hanging down. Gently holding onto the chair to keep yourself in this rotation. Let your body breathe around the rib cage. Exhaling to become very soft. And then slowly returning back to center. So let's bring that left knee towards the right. Walk your legs back to center and throw them over to the left side. Okay, again, same thing. Your left hand should be on the back of your chair for support. Let's take that right leg and shift it back. So your back toes are gripping the floor, your left foot's straight down planted. Right knee is below that hip and just hanging from the socket. You're not trying to push into it or squeeze anything. We're stretching right now. So take your right hand up and over to the left. towards the back of your chair. Let your upper body just fall and be supported by the chair back so you can really open up the right side. And then take some nice open breaths. Slowly come up. Take your right hand onto your left thigh or to the back of your chair for a little bit more of rotation, and your left hand to walk towards the farthest edge of your chair. And then slowly turn until your belly button starts to turn towards your left hip and your shoulders square up a little bit. Take a deep breath. And remember, let your shoulders relax. Try not to let them hike up to your ears. Let them be soft. Slowly release. Come back through center. Bring your knees forward. All right, before we end, we have a couple more stretches for the upper body. So let's take the right arm over the left. Take the left arm underneath and hold it against the body. Squeeze the right arm close to the chest. Take a deep breath in. And another deep breath out. Release, take the left arm over, right arm underneath, and again, press that bicep or tricep close towards the chest. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Slowly release. We're going to open up for eagle arms. So bring your arms back into a little bend. Exhale, bring your right arm over your left arm. Lock the elbows and see if you can bring your left hand to the inside of your right palm. Now, if that doesn't work, you're just going to hold and hug your shoulders. I'm going to demonstrate this eagle version. If you're an eagle, bring your elbows away from your chest. Bring your chin down. Inhale. Feel that tension trying to pull the elbows apart. Exhale. Just wave down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, wave down. Inhale, come up. Looking up to the sky to your hands. Exhale, take a bow down, stretching all those nice deep areas of your shoulder blades. Let's come all the way up. Unwind. Open it back. Open your chest. And exhale, left arm on top of right elbow. Cross them, either hugging the shoulder heads or tucking your right hand to the left inner palm. Inhale, draw those elbows away. Drop your head. Exhale, take a bow for 3. And take it slow. Inhale again for 2. Inhale, come up, nice and slow. Last one, exhale as you come down and linger just a little bit more into this fold. Let your head drop. Inhale, come all the way up. This time, grab underneath your thighs, come into a little ball seated. Drop your head. Inhale. And exhale. Stay here for a few more moments just to stretch out your back. And then slowly release, place your hands onto your shins. And then just begin to walk yourself up. Take a moment, maybe halfway. You can keep your head down in case you get dizzy or you have any issues coming from a low position to a high one. Slowly make your way up. Take a few shoulder circles. With a deep breath and an exhale. Let's roll the shoulders forward. Inhaling slowly. Exhaling slowly. Let's take the hands behind the chair, scoot forward just a touch. Roll the shoulders back first, and then lean back looking up. Press your chest slightly forward. Breathe and broaden those collarbones. Continue breathing here. Slowly tip your chin down, bring yourself forward. We'll do one more set of stretches before we come to Shavasana. This is for your triceps. So we'll take the right arm up and we're going to bend the elbow and see if we can take that hand and almost touch the small of your upper back. Keep your elbow close to your face. Now take your left hand on top of that point of the elbow and draw it up. See if you can sit up nice and tall here. Some people find this a little bit more difficult and have to crunch their heads in order to get that range. So if that's you, feel free to bypass over the head and come forward and push the meaty part of your tricep back instead. It should do a similar stretch without having to compromise everything around your shoulders and your neck, okay? So whichever version works better for you, you want to pull that elbow back. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Release. You can shake it out. And we'll do the other side. So this time your left hand comes up, bend your elbow, and almost try to touch the top of your back. And then take your right hand to the point of your elbow, either on top of your head, and bring that elbow back, or go underneath and push the tricep back a little bit in space with the right hand in front of you. So whichever works better. Take another big inhale, sitting up as tall as you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly release. We'll take one last stretch for the entire back of the body. So feet are going to come out in front about hip distance apart. Inhale to lift, get the spine long. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Try not to round your spine, and lower your hands anywhere along your legs. So if you're on your thighs, fine, perfectly good. Down to your shins, just as good. And then allow your spine to get nice and long. Exhale, maybe slide down a tiny bit more. Inhale again, repeat the pattern of lengthening and exhaling to soften. And just take your time with it. See if you need a little extra time to open up the back of your hamstrings, your low back, never pushing yourself into a shape that you think you ought to be able to do. Otherwise, your body's going to push back and you'll feel kind of defeated. So just let it be natural. So from here, if there's no more descent for your body, feel free to round and drop your head and shoulders. Maybe cross your elbows and let yourself be really comfy. Take a deep breath. Fill up through your low back, near your sacrum. Let it travel up and expand through your middle back, between your shoulder blades, and right behind your neck. Take a few more long breaths just like this, taking your time. Slowly lift your head. Take your time to assess whether or not you're ready to come all the way up, or if you need to take an extra moment. Just make sure it's nice and safe. And draw your feet in. Sit completely with your back against the chair, and then let your feet come back out. Maybe splay the toes apart. Let your palms come back up. Return to your Shavasana, maybe closing the eyes or letting them fall softly. Find your breath. Allow yourself to fill up deeply. And notice if you're breathing a little faster, and try to slow it down more than you're used to. When your breath is fast, breathless, it indicates to your mind that everything around you is chaotic that there is something to run away from. So when you breathe slowly and methodically, it gives your brain the cue that you are safe, that you are calm, that you are relaxed. Let yourself enjoy this feeling of peace and calm. How your heart rate might even be dropping as your breath slows down. If you wish to stay in Shavasana longer, please pause the video. If that's the case, I will say my goodbyes for now. May you have peace and calm with you today in your thoughts, words, and heart. Namaste.